Existence. The great majority of men exist but do not live. The power of the passions, the force of the will, the creative energy of the imagination, these make life and reveal to us a world of which the millions are entirely ignorant. One of the purposes of existence is growth. Life is dynamic, not static. Use it or lose it is nature's dictum. A thing exists when it is. It lives when it fulfills a condition. In the long run, we shape our lives and we shape ourselves. The process never ends until we die, and the choices we make are ultimately our own responsibilities. These three things, work, will, and success, fill human existence. Will opens the door to success, both brilliant and happy. Work passes these doors, and at the end of the journey, success comes in to crown one's efforts. Life is but another name for action, and he who is without opportunity exists but does not live. Existence without an aim, without a worthy purpose, is worse than wasted. The real aim of our existence is dictated by the nature of things. It is independent of our appetites, our caprices, and even of our highest aspirations. Most men dispose of their bodies and souls without asking themselves if the goal which they have arbitrarily assigned themselves is really the one which nature or which God secretly intended. The direction of their existence is determined by the economic status of their family, by their hereditary qualities, by their mental and material menu, by the religious doctrine or philosophical temper of their age, and by their own will. Sad. Existentialism. I think, therefore, I exist is the only theory which gives man dignity, the only one which does not reduce him to an object. Man is nothing else but what he makes of himself. Such is the first principle of existentialism. Existentialism's first move is to make every man aware of what he is and to make the full responsibility of this rest on him. When we say that a man is responsible for himself, we do not only mean that he is responsible for his own individuality, but that he is responsible for all men. In order to get any truth about myself, I must have contact with another person. The other is indispensable to my own existence as well as to my knowledge about myself. Man makes himself. He isn't ready-made at the start. In choosing his ethics, he makes himself, and force of circumstance is such that he cannot abstain from choosing one. For every man, everything happens as if all mankind had its eyes fixed upon him and were guiding itself by what he does. And every man ought to say to himself, am I really the kind of man who has the right to act in such a way that humanity might guide itself by my actions? Am I really the man? Experience. Experience is the best teacher. Only the school fees are heavy. Experience is your working capital. What is capable of experience we may positively know. What is not capable of experience must remain in the realm of speculation. Experience is not what happens to a man. It is what a man does with what happens to him. There's no gold mine so rich in possibilities as your own experience. Buried in your memory, ready to be dug out, evaluated and applied to present problems, is a record of all your mistakes and failures, all your triumphs and successes. You have only to select what you feel will be of aid to you in the form of some wisdom or judgment or skill you have gained through some past experience, and you have a power at hand to serve your current need. The most successful men and women are those who have learned how to make the best use of the talents and knowledge acquired throughout life. One thing I should try to realize, were I young again today, is the value of learning from the experiences of others. For that reason, I should value the knowledge and judgment of age. Experience is always worth more than theory or mere book learning. Intensive education, scholastic degrees, I am not so sure that they mean very much. Life is a series of experiences, each one of which makes us bigger, even though sometimes it is hard to realize this. For the world was built to develop character, and we must learn that the setbacks and griefs which we endure help us in our marching onward. Some people believe the chief object of life is to gain experience. That may or may not be true, but the really important thing is to know that we can learn both from our own and from others' experiences. That those who use their own experience as well as the experience of history to improve their condition accomplish something, whereas those who do not usually amount to little. There are many truths of which the full meaning cannot be realized until personal experience has brought it home. See? Some people confuse practice with experience. Practice consists of doing the same thing over and over. Experience comes from applying accumulated knowledge, observing results, and making improvements. Nothing can ever take the place of practical experience. Nothing can ever take the place of practical experience out in the world. It requires much time to get this experience, and our time for getting the most out of such experience is very limited. Expert. When you need advice or information, go to the experts. This is a cardinal principle. If I want to become a tramp, I would seek information and advice from the most successful tramp I could find. If I want to become a failure, I would seek advice from men and women who never succeed. If I wanted to succeed in all things, I would look around me for those who are succeeding and do as they have done. When you get into a field you are not familiar with, take an expert in the field with you for guidance. Buyer beware. This is the age of the specialist. Charm and good manners are worth up to $30 a week. After that, the payoff is in direct ratio to the amount of specialized know-how in the fellow's head. A well-informed person knows something about everything. An expert knows everything about something. Every skilled person is to be believed with reference to his own art. If one man is an expert fisherman and another is an expert at handling a boat, the two working together will catch more than twice as many fish as either working alone. This principle of specializing is important for anyone to understand when he seeks to earn a living. Eyes. The eye is the window of the soul. Listen, even an animal looks for a man's intentions right into his eyes. A stranger's eyes are clearest. In the kingdom of the blind, the one-eyed man is king. Learn to be gracious with the eyes. You give and get something. Look deep into the eyes and say with your eyes, I like you. The eye of the master will do more than his hand. There are men whose tongues are more eloquent than those of women, but no man possesses the eloquence of a woman's eyes. The eye is blind if the mind is absent. Why flower in the eye? Fly. Have I not 3 dominions, and yet thou must flow into my eye? Fly. Eyes speak all languages. Wait for no letter of introduction. They ask no leave of age or rank. They respect neither poverty or riches, neither learning nor power, nor virtue, nor sex, but intrude and come again and go through and through you in a moment of time. Eyes speak all